Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 2 of my podcast, Book and Story World with author Priya Gurwal. During Season 5, Episode 2, I have decided to review all the books that I read roughly around June 2026. I first had the pleasure of reading 1984 by George Orwell, that the reality show Big Brother is said to be based on. 1984 is about a dystopian government who rule the state called Oceania. The leader is called Big Brother. Under the party in power's rule, it is illegal to even think against the government. The main character, called Winston, who works for the ruling party, flirts with danger by keeping a diary which is anti-government, having a relationship not approved by the party, and by trying to join an anti-government resistance group. The story becomes nail-biting as the reader follows Winston's journey, wondering if he will be caught and executed by the dystopian government in power. 1984 is an unforgettable read and concept which is very thought-provoking and makes one ponder the concept of reality TV. Another book I chose to read recently is A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. A Clockwork Orange is famous due to its controversial nature of horrific crimes being committed by a gang of youths. The story begins with the character Alex, a teenager, leading his gang of friends into terrorizing residents of the town by committing heinous acts of violence against them. Some of the most shocking scenes in the book is the sexual assault and killing of a woman by Alex and his gang, and the horrific act of child rape by Alex. A Clockwork Orange is uniquely controversial because the reader reads the story from the perspective of a person who is pure evil. Eventually, Alex is arrested to end his reign of horrific crime and terror, and undergoes treatment to attempt to turn him civilized. A Clockwork Orange is an unforgettable, shocking read which should probably come with a warning due to the horrific crimes committed in the story. The story is very high in impact. Recently, I also had the pleasure of listening to the 3 released seasons of an audiobook podcast called Close Your Eyes, produced by John Rolfe and his company Cryptic Radio. Close Your Eyes is about a man whose brother has gone missing after being involved with a cult called Ignota. The man called Dylan manages to infiltrate the dangerous cult, becoming their new test subject. Dylan secretly stays in touch with his contact on the outside, a female friend who runs a podcast. Dylan's life becomes increasingly endangered as he gets closer to the truth about his brother and hypnotized by the cult, who claims they can alternate reality and aim to open doors to other dimensions as their ultimate aim. Close Your Eyes is an excellent, interesting, very mysterious audiobook to listen to. I excitedly look forward to more seasons of the show. Another quite shocking book I read recently is Unspeakable Things by Jess Loewe. The story is about a young girl called Cassie who lives on a farm with her family. Beneath the surface of what seems to be normal family life, secrets of the town and family emerge as Cassie is aware her parents throw strange cult-like parties, and rumours emerge that young boys in the area are being abducted and assaulted in some way and being returned being moody and violent. Unspeakable Things by Jess Loewe is a memorable read which is also very unsettling and dark to read. A book series I thoroughly enjoyed recently is the Twisted Fate trilogy by Jen L. Gray. Book 1 in this series, titled Destined Mate, opens with a female called Kalia, who is a member of a wolf pack being attacked by other members of the same wolf pack. The reader finds out that Kalia was adopted by the wolf pack at 5 years old and has no memory of who she was before that. The reader also finds out that Kalia has a complex about being the weakest member of the pack who cannot shift yet. Kalia is rescued from the torment she receives from the pack leader by another pack of werewolves, one of which is called Bodia. When the new pack take Kalia in, she begins to develop romantic feelings for Bodia and wonders if he feels the same. As well as the romantic will they won't they scenario, Book 2, Eclipsed Heart, and Book 3, Chosen Destiny in the trilogy are both also about Kalia's mysterious forgotten past becoming unravelled along with her true identity. Kalia must also defeat a villain queen of another werewolf pack area who threatens Kalia and the packs by threatening to kill all if they do not submit to her rule. The Twisted Fate trilogy by Jen L. Gray is an excellent paranormal romance with a lot of action to enjoy. I also proceeded to read the third book in R.L. Kiebra's Dark-Eyed Apocalypse Zombie Apocalypse horror book series. The third book is titled The Dark-Eyed Apocalypse Day 3. In the third book in the series, we return to the main characters Matt and his young son Josh, who are both still battling to survive the aftermath of planet Earth ending as zombies invaded, somehow killing what seems to be the majority of human beings. As Matt and Josh navigate the streets with a new companion called Rachel, they come across an eccentric male survivor who has a different approach to killing zombies. The story also returns to Emma and her son Todd, who have been taken in by a cannibalistic human monster who eats people. Emma decides to play along in order for herself and Todd to survive the human predator. I also read the next book in the series called The Dark-Eyed Apocalypse The Last Shift by R.L. Kiebra. The Last Shift steps away from the usual main characters in the story and follows a handful of care home workers who are still looking after the patients after the zombie apocalypse. The Last Shift is about the care home workers trying to survive with the patients as their supplies begin to dwindle. The story is also about the bravery of the maintenance man care home worker Rich, who leaves the apparent safety of the care home to find food and supplies for everyone in the care home. Like the rest of the series, Day 3 and The Last Shift are nail-biting, tense, terrifying, shocking reads. The most recent trilogy of books I have read is the horror trilogy Killing Rabbit by Haya Carroll. The trilogy is split into 3 books, the first one being titled The 13th Child, the second one titled The 13th Fire, and the third and final one is titled The 13th Flame. The trilogy is about a male called Theodore who somehow escaped being the 13th child sacrificed for a terrifying cult who believes the killing of 13 children will bring them immortality. Theodore escapes his own parents trying to kill him. Years later, Theodore finds out that the cult still exists and are still trying to kill him to complete their evil sacrifice. Theodore has to find a way to destroy the cult before they kill him. The Killing Rabbit trilogy is a terrifying, excellent read. So that's a review of all the books I have read most recently. I hope anyone who listens to this episode or any other episode enjoys. I hope everyone has a fabulous week. Best wishes to all.